Every FLL coach I speak to has the same frustration. Their robot looks great in practice, then at competition it misses, lands in the wrong spot, misses the mission entirely. And 9 times out of 10, it's because their robot cannot drive straight. If your robot can't finish in the exact same position every single run, you cannot build a reliable competition strategy. Today, I'm going to show you 3 real causes and how to fix each one. Here's what most teams don't realize. Drift isn't always random. It has a specific fixable causes. Under competition pressure, clock ticking, judges watching, even a tiny angle error at launch compounds into a completely missed mission by the time your robot reaches the other side of the map. The teams that consistently score big just aren't building better attachments. They've solved the consistency problem first. Because if your robot can't finish in the exact same spot, you cannot execute complex multi-mission runs. Precision is the foundation everything else is built on. I'm going to walk you through 3 main causes and how to fix them so your robot runs are consistent. And if you want a full breakdown on building a competition-ready robot from the ground up, join our competition-ready program. Okay, if you're relying on the standard peak motor blocks to drive in a straight line, you're asking the robot to do something it physically can't do reliably. Motors aren't manufactured perfectly. One will be slightly more powerful than the other, uneven tire wear, the table isn't perfectly flat, or battery is running low, and your robot will drift. The fix is a gyro sensor driving block. It reads the robot's heading continuously and makes real-time corrections to keep it on course. If one motor's pulling too hard, the gyro compensates instantly. A gyro sensor is powerful, but if you've got a heavy attachment sitting entirely on one side of your robot, you're fighting physics the whole run. The gyro will compensate, but it's working against the constant pull. Over a long drive, that adds up. The fix is to distribute the weight as evenly as you can across the robot. I know, it's not always possible. Sometimes a large attachment just has to go on one side. That's where a base robot matters. A solid, well-built base can absorb minor imbalances and still perform consistently. The third cause is your starting position isn't consistent. This one is almost entirely within your control, and it's one I see beginning teams overlook the most. Lining up by eye is not a repeatable process, especially under competition pressure. What I teach my teams, use the table wall as your back reference. Push the back of the robot so it's flat against the wall. It squares off automatically. Then, use the same markings on the mat to set your launch position. You're removing the guesswork and the nerves. And practice your lining up position in training.